at 3008 die by.
G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Cold Waters with Mags, and welcome back aboard HMAS Rankin Collins class diesel electric submarine. Alright, so we might
sonar,
actually...
Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
I think we do. We have just lucked out really hard. So we've been back to Guam. We are fully restocked. And the mission didn't end. We didn't run out of time. So I rushed straight back to the East China Sea. And this is the first surface fleet that I could find and we got into contact with. We hit them pretty hard. We're still doing 15 knots when we actually intercepted them. We've gone straight to silent running and we've brought ourselves up from 600 feet up to 300
sonar,
feet.
Sierra 5 is classified
and
as escort.
This is what I was expecting for our primary target. So I would say this is what we've been looking for. Yeah, these are the boats we're looking for. We have found the primary target and we haven't failed the mission even though we did the resupply. So this is fantastic. So Sierra 3 here is probably going to be another Huangfeng.
Sonar,
no, it's
Sierra
a Luda.
3 is classified as escort.
Quickly ID the rest. We're below the layer at the moment too. We do have a layer. It's at 157 feet. It's a weak layer and a weak duct, but we are in a column, so hopefully they didn't detect us coming in. Even if they did, there's not a lot of boats that have capability here of actually harming us any. So, signature. Let's see what we've got on the surface for the rest. I'm not sure that is a Luda. Could be a Luda.
Sonar, Sierra 6 is classified as escort.
Yeah,
sonar, Sierra 7 is classified as escort.
What is Sierra 8 all the way hanging at the rear here? Have they got a submarine escort on this fleet, or is that something else surface?
Sonar,
It's
Sierra
either a trawler
8 is classified as escort.
Or it's another one of our targets. Alright, so we have a few things here to hit. We have a lot here to hit. Like, that is a lot of targets. So, first torpedoes, we're going to do a spread of 4. We're going to preset these all to surface run because I forgot to do that in the last engagement last time I noticed. So I should set that one as well because we know we're going to fire it. So 5 torpedoes loaded currently, 1 MOS in. We'll initiate first 4 and we'll go for the 4. We really need to head for the primaries first.
Shoot 2-1, aye sir. Shoot 2-2, aye sir. Shoot 2-4, aye sir.
1, 2, 3, 4. And I say all 4 torpedoes away. That's all of our wires. Now we're going to turn them all. So they run parallel to the group. And then we'll turn them in from a southern angle just so that the escorts aren't shooting in our direction. As I said, I'm not super concerned here about the escort lists of what we've got. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pick out our primary targets, which are the Huangfengs or Huangfengs. I've never managed to get the pronunciation of those right. But these are our primary targets. These things are actually really scary. This is a major part of the core of the Chinese surface fleet, even today. So what these are is they're essentially a cheap little fishing punt that is worth bugger all to build. They're not much, actually they're not much difference in terms of size from a World War II PT boat, maybe slightly larger, but very cheap hulls to manufacture. But what they have is these 4 box launchers on them. Now these can carry a combination of different weapons depending on exactly what they want. Depending on the launcher type, they can either carry 4 large cruise missiles, or they can carry like one in each launcher. The launchers can also be reconfigured so they can have 4 anti-ship missiles per pod with 4 on board. The idea with these is to swarm enemy fleets. So if you think from a Chinese versus, say, the US, from a military, like from a conflict standpoint, would be you would run a whole bunch of these incredibly cheap boats towards something like a US aircraft carrier group, and then have them essentially mag dump all of their missiles in a giant swarm directly towards the carrier or whatever the primary targets in the surface fleet they're trying to destroy are, and then they would run. If the boats got destroyed, they're worth nothing overall. They're incredibly cheap to manufacture, so if they're destroyed, there's no particular value to them. But the sheer volume of missiles launched, this just a saturation attack on the fleet, means that it'll be unlikely that the fleet would be able to intercept all of the incoming missiles. And if you ran a mix with some with larger missiles more suitable for taking out something like a carrier, some with smaller missiles more suitable for taking out something like a destroyer, and you ran a mix in between, you can saturate anti-missile defense systems and swarm the target. That's the theory behind them anyway. And they're considered to be concerning enough. The worst part about them is the Mark 48 torpedoes we're firing at the moment are probably more expensive to make than these boats. But these are our primary targets anyway.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Alright, first torpedo's just gone active. And has required Sierra 2. So 1, 2, and 3 are going south. We're going to try and take out Sierra 6, Sierra 4, and Sierra 5. Then, as soon as Torpedo 4 has taken out Sierra 2, I'm going to launch Torpedo 5, and that's going to go for the Luda next. Although, actually thinking about it, we should probably go for S1. Yeah, we should probably try and skip the Luda and go for Sierra 1 while the other 3 torpedo tubes are loading, and then we can finish it off. That way we've taken out 5 of our objective, because we have 6 targets here that we have to sink. Right, sorry about that. Torpedo 2 active, tracking 6. That to go long and past. And same deal. But yeah, so we got these 3 here. Then we got Sierra 2, Sierra 1, and Sierra 8. So that makes our 6 targets with the 2 escorts. So we've got the Luda and the Chengdu, that at least that we've been able to detect so far. I think that's all they've got on escorts, which is surprisingly low. I'm not too concerned about these ones. Of course, the Huangfengs have nothing that they can do to defend themselves here outside of use speed. They are fast, 42 knots. But my torpedoes are faster. Torpedo tracking in. Torpedo 2 is tracking in on Sierra 6. Looks like we're about to get an impact.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 6.
So they know they're under attack now.
2,
Starting
7,
to maneuver
6,
straight away.
contact breaking up. Con sonar lost contact.
Boom.
Sierra
Second
2,
target out.
west bearing 3, 0, 2, contact breaking up.
Alright, so torpedo 1. Yep, we've got boats starting to turn around and go evasive. We might even need a missile to take out 8. So yeah, we're definitely going for Sierra 1.
Shoot tube 5. Aye, sir. Con,
5 is
fire
away.
control, weapon acquired.
And initiating reloads on tube 2 and tube 4. Torpedo 1 has acquired. Torpedo 3.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Torpedo 3 we're going to have to manually run for a bit, because Torpedo 1 is going up to Sierra 4. I need a Torpedo 3 active to get it up to its maximum speed. It's going to shorten its run life, but it has to run down Sierra 5. We're going to get all of these after the trouble it's caused. The problem is, this is a big enough fleet, we might actually have to go back and get a resupply after we take it out. manual guidance there. Get torpedo 5. Running across the wreck that we've just taken out.
Con, torpedo room, tube 2 ready.
Hopefully, right, tube 2's ready to launch. Hopefully, this will detect in just a second. Torpedo 1 has 8 minutes left on runtime, and it is well locked in at the moment. Damn it. Wrong target, 3. Oh, that won't last much longer. I think Sierra 4's about to disappear. And...
Con, sonar,
Impact.
lost contact. Sierra 4, last bearing 2,
Yep.
7, 9.
Sierra 4
contact
is out.
breaking up.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready.
There we go. Torpedo 3 has now acquired Sierra 5 and is tracking. So, launching torpedo tube
Shoot
2.
tube 2.
Oh,
Aye,
shoot
sir.
torpedo 2. And second volley on 4.
Shoot tube 4. Aye, sir.
This is a harvest right here. Sierra 8's going to be the most difficult one to be able to get because she's running the other direction. She wants none of this. And it's 25 kiloyards now. In fact, we should probably... If we don't want to risk the missile, it might be worth actually turning. I'm definitely going to hit Sierra 5 regardless, so there's no point in changing anything there.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
I don't know whether or not this is going to be too far. It's probably going to be too far. Yeah, we'll leave everything on target as it is, and we will reload one missile once we've cleared a tube to go after Sierra 8.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra 5, last bearing 2, 8, 5. Contact breaking up.
Has gone active, tracking Sierra 1. Sierra 5 has been destroyed, of course. We've reloaded a harpoon in the replacement tube there, so that's going to go for Sierra 8, but I just need to clear out these escorts first, because once that missile goes up, the Chengdu and the Luda will beeline towards my location, and I'd rather them not find me. In fact, at the moment, as soon as these torpedoes are hit, we'll change depth to get ready to launch. I probably should have shifted depth before this volley, but ah well, it is what it is. And at this point, they don't seem to have any idea where this attack is coming from. They're all just dying. Nobody's fired anything. Everybody's sort of evaded in every direction. The Chengdu seems to be looking for me. The Luda just seems to be trying to avoid everything. Sierra 1 has just gone essentially full stop.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra 1,
And just
last
got
bearing 3,
erased.
1, 5. Contact breaking up.
Alright, so Torpedo 4 is about to go active. That should almost be within detection range of the Chengdu. At which
Con,
point...
fire control. Weapon acquired.
Yep, I'm comfortable with that. Alright, we're going to change depth to 100.
Make depth 100 feet, dive by.
with one torpedo locked on, I'm actually not concerned if the Luda actually detects us or not here. If it beelines towards us to try and get within weapons range after it sees the missile,
Con sonar,
that's
noise
fine. 'Cause
maker
it's actually going
bearing
to close
2,
range
9, 8.
on this torpedo. Actually, I should set everything to surface running as well.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Alright, so torpedo 4's taking the countermeasure off the Chengdu.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
There we go, it's reacquired. I'm going to go active. No, I won't. Second, it dropped it. Okay. On surface targets, it dropped it as soon
Con
as it went
sonar,
active.
noisemaker bearing 2.
That's right. We know
9,
where the Luda
8.
is. The torpedo knows where the Luda is, so this doesn't matter. The Luda
Con sonar,
is about,
noisemaker bearing 3, 2,
right where I was about to
6.
click. So torpedo 4. Again, I could do this from the map, but we'll do a bit of
Con,
manual
fire control,
guidance.
weapon acquired.
Track the torpedo
Con
in on
sonar,
target.
noisemaker bearing 2, 9, 6.
And bring the torpedo alongside, turn in on target.
Con sonar, lost con.
Con, dive at 100 feet, dive by.
Tracking Luda. Current depth is 100 feet. Select harpoon.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 3, 2, 4.
And
Shoot 2-3. Aye, sir.
harpoon is away. Is that depth 400?
Depth 400 feet, dive by.
Back to manual control on torpedo 2. Now hopefully that harpoon will redeem the last one we fired that decided to eat the ocean. Right, manual guiding. That should be a kill.
Con sonar,
There
lost
it is.
contact.
Luda is
Sierra
down.
3, last bearing 3, 2, 2. Contact breaking up.
So all that remains now... Oh, that's a lot of ordnance we just put out. All that remains now is will our harpoon take out Sierra 8? We'll load a second harpoon just in case. So actual stores left remaining. We went from 22 down to 14 total at this point.
Dive at 400 feet, dive by.
Well, you can run if you want to, but you'll just die tired. Enemy engaged. 6 Huangfengs, the Luda, and the Chengdu. 5,734 tons. We're down to 11 Mark 48 torpedoes already and down to 1 harpoon. Didn't use any moss. Took no systems damage, and that should have been our mission complete. So the mission we thought we had failed, we just managed to snag. Yep. Excellent job, Commander. Your neutralization of this high-priority target will severely reduce the enemy's ability to hinder trans-Pacific convoys. Sinpax sends regards to you and your crew. New orders coming on this downlink soon. So, mission completed. Let's see what we get here. Navy Commendation Medal to Commander Hugh Jas, Commanding Officer HMAS Rankin S78. For meritorious service while serving as Commanding Officer HMAS Rankin S78, Hugh Jas's numerous accomplishments, inspiring leadership and steadfast devotion to duty are in keeping with the highest traditions of the United States Naval Service. I'm assuming they mean, Royal Australian Navy, but it is what it is. That's fine. Mods are mods. Right, let's see what the newspaper's got to say. Cargo ships from North America and Japan continue to ferry goods into the region with minimal losses. This has been attributed to efficient cooperation amongst Allied naval forces. Hey, Allied, that's a nice one to use. The convoy system worked in World War I and World War II, and it still works today, the spokesperson for the Pentagon said. Meanwhile, in the region, food and material shortages have failed to materialize in the unoccupied territories. Authorities urge citizens not to make runs to the banks, but instead show restraint, so that the financial system can remain functional despite the ongoing conflict. Alright. So, our new mission here. Intelligence estimates indicate that enemy commandos will land from submarine in the vicinity of the Spratly Islands. Oh, that's a pain in the ass. Within the next week. You're ordered to intercept and eliminate them before they land. Okay, so that's going to be hunting old diesel electrics. It's going to be hunting the likes of Mings and Romeos as a general rule. So the submarine type isn't an issue. But Spratly Islands are in a really awkward spot to get to that puts you in a position where you essentially under a lot of potential air attack without having a lot of depth to play with. It's not quite as shallow as the Strait of Taiwan, but it's still not fun. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. Cold Waters will be returning to the channel very soon, and until next time, remember to click that like button if you did, share and subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, take care.